Gun, we're back to Homeseek. So if you haven't seen Homeseek yet, it is a colony management survival, post-apocalyptic survival game like Frostpunk, Banished, you know, anything in that genre. Surviving the Aftermath, Zone, even Timberborn, which I actually love. We are on chapter 5, the last part, or the last mission in part 1. We're playing through in hard mode, and I lost this twice yesterday, and in part to a bug, but apparently it's a visual bug and not a gameplay bug. So I reached out to the developers. They let me know what was going on and let me know that they are working on patching that. But it is just a visual bug, and I'll explain it more when we get in so I can really show it. This also has a lot of choose your own adventure stuff. So let's get in, see if we can beat this, this last chapter here. Papillion, thank you for the 4 months. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. All right. Here we go again. Chapter 5, Arc. The area is adequate, but will provide a challenge. The arable cliff tops are separated by sea-carved gorges that will need to be bridged. An old lighthouse stands tall like a metaphorical beacon of hope, and down in a bay, an old damaged tugboat lies on its side, promising us a way off of this cursed rock. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna try 2 water. I don't know if we can do that either. I don't know if there's enough room. You know what? We'll try it. We're going to double up on water production and see what happens, I suppose. Maybe. Maybe just triple collection. I don't know. Let's just play it by ear, I guess. This one's brutal on hard, though. The other ones I didn't have that much trouble with, but man, this one's brutal. Vagabonds. After 4 days traveling, we discovered the lighthouse and the wayfarer mentioned. A rusted tugboat lies on the sand. The cliff tops look arable, but are divided by tidal inlets filled with churning water. These will need to be bridged if we were to make this place a viable base camp to launch from. Give me water everywhere. Not a drop to drink. That is right. I think a RimWorld lover would like this game. It's a lot different than RimWorld. It's much more similar to things like Banished. Even games like Anno and stuff like that. You know, like a more of a city survival builder game in a way. It does have some crossover with RimWorld, but not as much as like crossover with, you know, like I said, Banished and Frostpunk and games directly in that subgenre of colony management. So on this map we have 1 farm area, only 2 berry bushes, and that's it for food, which is brutal. And then we have these different levels here that just have scrap on them, leading all the way down to salt water, which we can't drink directly or use in the farm directly, and have to turn into a different type of water. So I think what I'm going to do this time, I'm still going to go clean water, but I think I might see if we can double up on water production. The farm, the better. Still trying chapter 5. Yeah, chapter 5 hard mode. Yep. So the farm produces more food, the better the water is that it gets. And 3 of the towers are not enough to supply it with enough contaminated water. So we're gonna have to run good water to it, but yeah, it's just a matter of do we get to that in time. Anyway, let's get our initial stuff set up. We'll get a water collector down here for the salt water. We're gonna do a advanced water storage. Advanced water storage is 2 levels, so we can run water up to this next tier here without having to make any kind of equipment to do that. Archimedes screw. Connect those. Now we have a few different options for, we have 2 actually, options for fixing the seawater. We can turn it into poor water, or we can turn it into clean water. Clean water people don't get sick from, and it's very effective at the farm, but it doesn't output quite as much. We're going to try clean water again. Go ahead and connect those again with the most efficient piping. And we're going to need a food storage. So let's go ahead and put that over near the farm. Don't have a farm yet, but we will. We'll connect those berry bushes to that food storage building. Make sure we have the scrap. So now it's about putting a lot of people on scrap and trying to get the water going initially. So let's just max out a bunch of these scrap piles here. We want some people left off to build buildings. And then we'll get all this hooked up. Yeah, there's only 2 berry bushes this entire mission, yeah. It's really brutal. After we get our initial infrastructure set up, we'll send off an expedition, which is also very important. The man who visited us approaches us across the sand. He introduces us to what he calls the Ark. Based on an old tale he's heard, he estimates the boat can transport 6 citizens and their supplies per trip in addition to the crew. However, it's not going anywhere in its current condition. Furthermore, without an experienced sailor, we'd never get out of the bay. The rocks and currents are too treacherous. Fortunately, he knows of someone who can help. So we get this extra colonist. And we need to find the sailor at the old beach resort. Okay, so we're going to need power down in order to run this. So initially we can do that with just 2 of these water mills, advanced water mills. So let's get those down. Yeah, it's fine. And let's go ahead and start pumping the salt water out of here so it can get converted as soon as we get power. We already have a storage built up. Okay. Advanced water mill number 2. Why aren't you going there? There we go. All right, get someone working there. We're also going to turn the filter on. It's going to cost us 500 scrap. Maybe I should do that manually in case it's near a time for the ship to launch. Okay, got those going. So now we need people converting the water, and then we need storage for that water. So that over here. All right. So that gets our initial water setup going. The next thing we need to do is get houses so people don't get depressed, and then get an expedition out. And then we need to get to research really quick. Maybe preemptively set up the farm, even with, if we get enough scrap, even set it up with bad water. Just get some coming in before we switch over to the clean water. Drink less water if it's clean. It doesn't seem so. It's just, it prevents them from getting sick. We use for covering the citizens' needs with no chance of damaging them. All right, so we got that water storage, and we can build the houses overnight. So let's actually just get as much scrap during the daytime. We can also get the advanced water distribution to help stretch the water a little bit. We might need an Archimedes screw there sometime, so let's put this over here. I don't know where we're gonna set a second water place though. Not sure. We are unable to sail until we have recruited a captain. We have to delay until tomorrow because we haven't found a captain yet. All right, let's go ahead and start setting up houses. I mean, we could do the advanced houses this time. I don't know if that's still bugged or not. How much extra does it cost? 180 more for 2 more citizens. Yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll see. Can we fit another one of these there if we need to? Oh, we could fit one there, but we wouldn't be able to pull any more water out. We can set it there once that scrap is done. Let's move these people over to this scrap then. All right, we need to get our expedition out. Let's do that first, and then we'll get the houses down. All right. New expedition. So we're going to get 3 people sent out. It's the minimum we can do. And we'll send them with 2 days worth. And now we will get houses built. I really feel like maybe putting the houses closer to the food distribution would be better than putting it near the jobs, but I'm not sure. I haven't screwed around with that very much, so I don't know.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Not sure. Anyway, there's room for 12. Quasar. I think for the 6 months. 6 months already. I think Quasar. 24. All right, our expedition only has 1 option to start with, the beach resort. Now, not all of the places you can go, even this campaign, are the same always. The quest-related ones are, but you can get kind of lucky or unlucky with the other ones that you got dotted around. Is my bitrate set really low? No. I have partner bitrate, so I can do 8,000. And that is currently what it's at. It's at 8,000. You might want to refresh, but yeah. I want to refresh if you're not seeing the other transcoders. Right, let's put this person on there. Yeah, as a partner, I can do 8,000 instead of 6,000. That's what I have it. So the max that Twitch allows, I currently have going. I'm going to try connecting these. Maybe not right now, but I think I will try it. Refresh and fix it. Good, good. Good, good. All right. Expedition going slowly. So today we need to get 2 more houses and we need to get research and another water collector. Actually, the water collector is probably the most important out of all that. Water collector filter is probably good for today. And the expedition's on their way. What was the bug yesterday? I'll have to have the farm built to actually show it better, so I'll probably just wait until we build the farm and I'll go over what the bug was. It is an annoying bug, but at least it's a display bug. But yeah, I'll go over it when we get the farm here. It shouldn't be long till we have it. We strike out to find the alleged captain. Perched on a clifftop, the crumbling building was clearly once a luxurious establishment. Now, even reaching it looks precarious. Part of the pathway has crumbled away, a sinkhole in which the crashing sea can be heard below. We can backtrack for a safer route or take the more dangerous. We're gonna do the safe route. Okay. Get that built. People on there. I think I want that scrap out of the way next. Okay, we spent a good amount of time picking our way around the rubble-strewn perimeter. Debris makes the route much longer than necessary, but we finally find an old road leading to the entrance. Gates sag on their posts. A statue of a mermaid watches us eerily. Before we can enter, a gunshot rings out. We look up and see 3 people watching us from a balcony. They ask us to state our business, but warn they will open fire if we try anything funny. So we can tell them we're looking for a captain, or we can tell them we have an opportunity. We're gonna go with the opportunity. Yeah, so I'm gonna try this. Okay. Oops. We need to get research going like immediately. How many more days for the berry bushes? Crap. Okay. Berry bushes are going to be up real soon. All right, we have found a captain. Captain arrives and inspects the boat. He agrees to help us, but reminds us that his men will be along in a few days and must be made welcome. He also mentions an estranged brother who is based at a ferry terminal. Tells us he will help us, but will not undertake a final journey unless we contact his brother and offer him a place at Arcadia. Now that the captain is here, there's no reason to delay. So to reach victory, we have to send 36 citizens to Arcadia. Each trip is 500 food, 500 water, and 6 citizens. And we also have to locate the brother. All right. Time passes as they whisper at length about what to do. Our discretion vexes them, but at least tickles their curiosity. They eventually ask us to follow them. They lead us down to a beach where the man known as the captain hears us out. He spits in the sand when we make our request. He finally agrees to help us sail the boat, but only if his men can join. So we also get 4 more colonists from that, but we are going to send them to the library. Last time we had the cavern spawn there. This time we have the library. So we're going to need the farm set up like probably tomorrow. Oh my god, we can actually send 6 people off already. I don't think we've ever had all the stuff to send 6 people at the very start. I guess we just do it, right? Less mouths to feed too. As we prepare to embark, there is clear anxiety in the camp about how the decision will be made. Nobody wants to be left until last. We can safely transport 6 people at a time, and judging by our tattered map, it will be a minimum of 2 days before pickups. The hardest workers feel they deserve to go first, while the weak and elderly are afraid of being left behind in the camp. Make the repairs and sail with the weak and elderly, or make the repairs and sail with the hardest workers. Last time we started out by sending the weak and elderly first. Let's try the other way this time just to see what it is. Make them feel welcome, immediately send them into danger. Yeah, that's what happened last time. We sent the weak and elderly, and the other people were like, well, why are we working so hard then, you know? So let's try this one. As the ship leaves, there is much shaking of heads and grumbling from the weakest and elderly. Not everyone is happy, but we get back to work. Okay. So now, let's see. Where did we lose people from? The water is still fully working. That's operational. The berry there. Also, we need to upgrade this food storage to advanced storage so that we don't have the contamination. It looks okay at the moment. We do need to get 2 more houses up today, or else we're going to start getting depression from no housing. All right. So 641, we can get 1 more house, more advanced house with that. And this can actually connect to another house too. We might as well do. We should still be able to set the Archimedes screw there, I believe. It's gonna take 150 for that, so we'll have to get that done tomorrow. We're only getting a little of the excess. Let's go ahead and make sure we're pumping out as much as we can while we have the bodies to do so. Yeah, these berry bushes are gonna last 1 more day. We gotta get the farm going. And we gotta get research done too. Piping it to the houses get you. They don't have to travel to get their water. That reminds me, there's something else I want to look at. Where is this one? We actually haven't used this. Yeah, so if you hook up the water and food to the housing, they don't have to actually go get it. So I guess you get more work done that way. Water recycling. Use as power to produce contaminated water. Requires connections with advanced housing. That's basically plumbing. That means that citizens produce contaminated water, but it would take more power. We just don't have the workforce to do it. We need workers at the recycling center and more workers at power. And then we'd have to change the contaminated water over to non-contaminated. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. We got to get research done. I think the farm is probably going to be the most important. So we'll go ahead and start with this research. How much is the research to increase research speed? There's one of those. Currently increase the research rate of research center. It takes 30 hours. We don't have time for that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how much water it actually provides. Yeah. Sure. I've actually never used it. Yeah, you can have a house tomorrow. Probably. The dust-swept streets of the suburban ruins are peaceful and sheltered from the sun, so we take a path through some of the destroyed homes to check out salvage. None of the pantries or cellars we search seem to have any leftover supplies, but we do stumble across a large swarm of cockroaches in one particularly disgusting basement. We can ignore them or we can eat them. Eat them. Library is a great one to find. Oh, does it say in the expanded? Yeah, let me double check. It turns 360 waste into 360. 1 to 2 people can work there. 1 to 2 power consumption. We actually have a little excess power. The problem is we didn't have to make one of those, what's it called? Purification centers or wetlands, which takes 5 workers. This one takes workers and power. Yeah, I don't know. Use that to feed the farm though. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of piping. Maybe. Maybe. If we lose this one, maybe we should try doing that and setting like all the houses, water distribution and food distribution in like a square right here. Try to connect it all and then run the poop water to the farm. Poop water plus the towers might be enough actually. 3 towers wasn't enough, but maybe of course, I guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna say the lower our population goes, the less water we're gonna produce that way. Also the less food we need, so. We descend into the basement and harvest the cockroaches, plus 600 food. The community library seems to be almost untouched by the ravages of the time. Many books have grown mildew, but most are still readable. Most looters must have been uninterested in anything they couldn't eat, drink, or trade away. What should we do? We're not gonna read. We're gonna pass. Get out of there. Get out of there. So one more house. And the farm today. When did 2 people get injured? What? We decide among ourselves that we can't waste any extra time. Many of us can't read anyway. We ignore the majority of the books and continue onward. Although many of the books in the library seem to be fictional stories with little relation to our current struggle, others seem to offer interesting factual ideas that even apply to the harsh conditions we face today. So we ended up unlocking smaller rations. Citizens' daily food and water needs are reduced by 5, but their capped happiness is at 75. So basically, if any event happens that they become depressed, we're going to lose them immediately or the next morning. But might end up being worthwhile. All right, on to the Coast Guard. Need that scrap. Maybe we just do a normal house for the next one, because we're not going to need that house for very long anyway, if we manage to send 6 people off. So we'll save a little resources. Throw this up here. We haven't built a hospital yet either. And this house needs connection to water distribution. Which is that going to cost us? Okay. So research is the really big one now. I also have to have 500 scrap to change that out when it rolls through. And we need to build the farm today. We'll start with just the base farm. And I guess we'll try the good water to it. Gotta be careful though. Okay, we got 5 people because their resource is depleted. Let's throw those in the research center. And then filter needs changed. Uh-oh. There we go. All right, so we're gonna need the Archimedes screw. Coast Guard building is in good shape, although most things of worth have been stolen. An old boat stands on some rails, but it has mostly rotted away. There are ropes and hooks and some waterproof clothing we can make use of. We can explore thoroughly, or we can just get the charts and go. Let's get the charts and go. Got people dying there, so we need to get out. Will that really not fit because of that house? Oh, that sucks. Nope. There's a little spot. All right, well, the food is gone, but let's go check out the expedition and we'll get that set up. We waste little time and set our sights on the office area. Along the back wall are several yellowed charts. We take them all. We are leaving when a large figure holding a club blocks the doorway. In a voice thick from disuse, he growls that the charts are his. He tells us to drop them or he will attack. We're going to refuse. Okay. So this... Okay, we got the charts. Now that we've secured the charts, we should begin using them at once. Not only will this please the captain, it will also put our passengers' minds at ease by helping us navigate the treacherous coastline more securely. We got those 2 injuries. He hesitates for a short time, looking confused. When understanding dawns, he growls and leaps forward. Fortunately, we anticipate the attack and avoid the crushing downward blow. When he rights himself, we pile on his shoulders, bringing him to the ground and knocking him unconscious so we can make our escape. We leave the Coast Guard building, glancing back to make sure we are not being followed. We spend some time traveling back to the main coastal path. The captain should be able to put the charts to good use. Our people will feel more secure for the voyage. Now we can go to the collapsed pier or the soup kitchen. Let's go to soup kitchen. All right, so this needs connected to the screw. Okay. Right, we gotta get that house that they're made to. Okay, they should work on that now, though. Right, and connect this here. Oops. Goes directly to the farm. 327. Oof. So if we want to switch to the advanced farm, we're going to need even more power. Events always play out the same. Yeah, depending on the choice you pick, yeah. At least in the story mode, in the campaign mode. On the other modes, I'm not sure. Need medical care. We haven't built a doctor area either. We gotta get food in from the farm today or we're gonna lose. After breaking camp one morning, we find that a great portion of our supplies are missing from our packs. A single pair of footprints trail off to the wasteland. Away from our campsite, the expeditioner who was supposed to be on guard admits to falling asleep. We're gonna say these things happen. We're not gonna waste any time this time. Play Stellaris. I haven't played Stellaris in a long time though. The game has changed dramatically since the last time I played it. Graph Stomper, welcome in. Yeah, I like Stellaris a lot. So we gotta get water here immediately. We decided among ourselves that we can sustain the loss. We continue on our destination, but lose 100 food. Soup kitchen stands in one of the less destroyed parts of town. Stories say this used to be deep in the poorest slum of the city, but now it's one of the only neighborhoods left standing. Behind some old crates, we find the entrance to a basement locked with a rusty chain. Unfortunately, we don't have enough stuff to try to see what's in it. I've never opened that, so we're gonna have to bypass it though. It's live. It is live. Yeah. Two expeditioners left because of depression. The Ark returns as scheduled, and the captain confirms the existence of the island. We hand him the charts we found at the Coast Guard building, which will make future voyages safer. It's difficult to be sure, but he even seems to smile for the briefest of moments. So if we can get 500 food, 500 water by the end of this day, I don't think it's going to happen, though. It can't be contaminated or salt water. It has to be one of these two. Miss all the streams. Watch the VODs here and there. Oh, wait. You can chat. Yeah. Doing okay. Doing all right today. We find a musty old cookbook underneath one of the cupboards. Dozens of recipes line its pages, most of which we don't have the ingredients to prepare. Even still, the general theme of the cookbook gives us an idea. By mixing in just a little bit of hot water, we can make soup. What a novel idea. Let's go to the Maritime Museum. Okay, so farm has to get done today, or we will die. Okay, we also researched farm efficiency. We now need to research the water efficiency. That'll be done today. It takes 6 hours with everyone working. And this is the real crunch point. All right, so here is the bug that happened to us. So the farm tells you how much it will produce if it was getting everything. That's not actually how much you're going to get. So it doesn't tell you actually what you're going to get. It's if you fully saturate it with all the things you can do, that's the number you will get. Which is kind of annoying because it would be nice if it just shows you the amount so you can kind of plan what you're going to get. Get ads here that you can't skip. Stream keeps playing during them. Well, yeah, I mean, that's just Twitch though. If I could control it, I would, but I can't. Hibachi and sushi. Yeah, that's one of the things that Twitch doesn't seem to understand either. Well, I'm sure they do, but it's just for the money, right? It's like on YouTube, if you have an ad, the video is paused. You're not missing stuff. But on Twitch, the ad is playing while the content's going, so. All right. So we can switch over to the more efficient farm if we get more power, but God, I hope we can somehow get 500, but I don't think we're gonna get it today. Those are great. Yeah, I wish that's what they would always do. Yeah, we're when's the food coming in? You see how it's saying 3960? We're probably not going to actually get that number unless they've actually fixed it, because just a minute ago it was saying 1400. Maybe they fixed it. I did talk to them about it yesterday and they said they were going to fix it, so it is plausible that it is fixed. Okay, research good. We definitely need more water intake now, so let's get that one. Those are good. We see what happens during a breach raid is your credit card could be working for you. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. The timing is crazy too. Like, obviously I'm not the one doing it, but the timing is kind of crazy that someone will ask like a guide related question and then I'll start going into the explanation, and a couple sentences in they're like, oh crap, I got an ad as soon as you were going to answer. All right, expedition is almost there. The museum looks deserted. Its glass roof is smashed and disturbed. Moats swirl in shafts of stabbing sunlight. Entrance hall has a large armored machine entitled submarine. There's a ladder leading up on or to an area signposted observation deck, and a door with a metal grill blocking it. We are going to go to the observation deck. See, the problem is we might have people starting to leave like tomorrow for depression, right as we're about to start having good food. Like the food's going to come in, but the working hours are already going to be over. And so they'll be starving. Tomorrow they'll leave because of depression, and we'll have less people to get food, and we'll hit that downward spiral. Hopefully not, but that's what it's looking like. It only takes a few moments to climb up to the reconstructed deck. As well as getting a view of the entire museum, we managed to detach a small telescope, which might come in useful. We also notice a crank that will allow us to safely raise the shutters. We get 250 scrap from it. We pass the mildewed portraits of old mariners. Their elaborate hairstyles and uniforms amuse us. We read of the exploits of famous adventurers and explorers. The room is untouched. Beyond it, we can see a larger room with a full-size boat on display. So let's go check out the boat. Medical care, yeah. The Ark is ready to leave, but we don't have the stuff, so we have to delay it till tomorrow. It's gonna make people unhappy. Yeah, I think only like the huge streamers have any kind of big say on ads, and even they aren't happy with what little they get to control with their ads, right? I had that before. We have even seen like Co, for instance, complaining on Twitter about the Twitch ad experience. Having lumbered the ship parts back to camp, we should make use of them as soon as possible to improve the safety and efficiency of the Ark. All right, let's go to the cavern, I guess. God, I really hoped that food would come in. 93%. That sucks. We are going to have to make a doctor medical center here. Yeah. Let's also get the advanced food distribution. Well, I think it has to be within range of this, unfortunately. Still get it though. Show an hour. Only get big streamers that have tons of subs. The money, subs or resubs. See you there. Yep. For mine, there's a bottom limit. So I have the ads control center. Like I can play ads. I can play as many ads as I want. I can play more, but I can't go down below a certain number. Some streamers can, but there's not a lot of them that have deals like that. Our expedition comes up against a steep ridge that stretches for miles in either direction. We spot an opening in the rock, light some torches to step inside. The chamber is vast and It's part natural, part man-made. Several old wooden crates are stacked against the wall marked dynamite. Yeah, let's not open the dynamite. Let's just keep going. Opening dynamite in a cavern seems like it could probably go poorly. Probably. We quickly decide that whatever is in the boxes might be dangerous. One of our party vaguely recalls there's some form of explosive. It could have come in handy, but we decide it wasn't worth the risk. The deeper we get, the cooler the air becomes. There's a deep chasm, and the light of our torches reflects strangely upon its distant surface. Could there be water down there? There are grooves in the rock which might be wide enough for someone with nimble hands to descend. We throw a stone in, and several moments later, hear a splash. No. Ignore and move on. We gotta make it to the brother. Yeah, we have a lot of salty water. We just gotta get this membrane thing working better. Research is almost there. We decide whatever's down there will not be drinkable and move on. We cut our losses, saving time and probably injury. But we can't help but wonder what might have been down in that deep, dark hole. Monument or family practice? I don't think I've ever been to the monument. Let's check that one out. And we're so close to getting that research done. No depressed citizens today, but if they don't eat and drink today, we're going to have people leave tomorrow. Right. Food's about to come in. Let's see how much we actually get from it. See, we got it all that time. So food is good. Let's go ahead and cut down on workers. You know what? Minimize it. Okay, technology's done for this. Let's get another worker on that. Just need to get water up. Water up. Can we get enough water by 1800? I don't know. Farm's not going to be using any, so we might actually get it. Oh my god. We have actually never gotten a second group of people sent off. But I think we might do it today. The winds of the wastelands. Oh my god, it's the Georgia Guidestones that got destroyed. The winds of the wasteland begin to pick up suddenly, and clouds of dust and sand quickly begin to obscure our vision. As we are fumbling in the darkness to don our protective rags and goggles, bandits appear all around us, weapons drawn. Bandits have a well-prepared ambush. We need to flee as fast as possible. Fight the bandits in the storm. Neither of those seem good. Let's try to flee, I guess. Yeah, that's absolutely the Georgia Guidestones. That means we're in Georgia. Good to know. 500 water. We're gonna do it. Probably. Not get ahead of ourselves, but we're at least gonna get the second group sent off. Probably. 2 people died. Well, I'm not gonna go back to the monuments. We break into a full-on sprint and try to run against the winds and the dust storm away from the ambush. Eventually the wind dies down and we try to regroup. Most of us manage to escape from the bandits unharmed, but some of our party never arrive at all. Oof. So we find the cast of the Walking Dead. We come across a small tinted encampment in the desert. A friendly seeming group of traders emerge from the camp as we approach, and we greet them amicably before seeing their merchandise. Miserable looking human beings huddled together in iron shackles. If we had come with this, we get more people. All right, attack the disgusting slavers is my only option. Jeez. We are going to get 6 more sent off for the first time, like, ever. Okay. Fucking go wrong. Freaking slavers. This isn't RimWorld. What are they doing?
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Gullah Gullah. Thank you for the resub. Thank you, Guala Island. Much appreciated. And thank you for putting that song in my head. Like, honestly, the nostalgia trip every time you resub is worth it. Enemy destroyed, no allies killed. Yeah, I'm sure. Of course. All right, that's fully upgraded. Let's upgrade the farm again. And can we fit another person in there? With the power that we have? Ooh, just exactly enough. Love the intro song when you sub. Oh my lord. We quickly draw our weapons and descend upon the slave merchants. They're well armed and clearly prepared for a fight, but we eventually kill every last one of them. The slaves seem somewhat wary of us even after we set them free. Some nonetheless express a desire to join our community. +5 and some injuries. The monument is quite an unusual sight, standing alone as it is in the middle of the wasteland. Some of us who can read make out what is written on the monument. Vertical faces. Inscribed in the stone are a set of guidelines for creating a society that exists in harmony with nature. We spend some time studying the guidelines written on the monument. All right, the ferry terminal. Push. Numbers high in the camp. We have to get to the captain's brother first. Those people are screwed, maybe. All these worlds are yours, except Georgia. It's happening. We get to send a second group. We've never done this. Send them. Good. All right, we have a little extra water. Let's put one person over on the farm. Start working there. You only need to scrap the first time because you're repairing the ship. The ad rolls. The first time. I'm telling you, crazy time sometime. We're gonna send the second set. Should finally Twitch have an ad. Well, it has been sent. My daughter's going to a birthday party, so I was telling her about Ancient Aliens on DVD in the library. Those people have a whole new look on life. We'd actually pull people out of this too. We have a stockpile of that water, but I don't have anything else I need to put them on. Although it might be a good time to try to get one of those laws passed. We probably should do that. Probably should do. Yeah. Crop circles on the farm. Okay. So we'll pull these off here. And let's get a law going. We need the scrap one, and the work hour one will be super handy. Let's get the work hour one first, because then we can help pass the scrap one while this one's already in effect. This game to add funny random events like that. Yeah, I wonder what, if this game is like a difficult one to mod or not. I haven't looked into that at all. Tired of the captain's demands, we trudge up to the defunct ferry terminal. As expected, there are no boats and the place is in ruins. A shrill voice halts us in our tracks, warning us to turn back. What should we do? Say that the captain sent us or lie? We're going to tell him the truth. Captain sent us. We wait anxiously, time passing as the silence swallows our words. And that world comment in my head swallows our words. Just when we think we are being ignored, a mad laughter echoes around the walls. Captain, Captain, it mocks. We share concerned glances, but nothing else happens. He asks us what message we bring. We are uncertain what response will incur the least anger. We can say that we know the captain is his brother, or we can lie to him. We're going to lie to him. We're going to say... So we have actually chose both of these. He dies either way. Spoilers. But we take the least damage if we lie before he dies. Yeah. Don't really build. Wetlands, are they bad? It depends on the map. I have built them a couple times, but in this one, we're not using contaminated water. So if you're on a map that you mainly have to work with contaminated water, then wetlands and their upgrades are worth building, I would say. An expeditioner has died due to the event. All right, we located the brother. Now that we fulfill the captain's request, we should deliver the news of his brother's fate. The captain's brow is etched with grief. He looks away for a time, and when at last he turns, we see nothing but resignation. He nods grimly and moves on to the helm. There is nothing left for him here now, and his fate lies with our own. At length, he tells us we have made another mistake. We rush back. There is an explosion, but the warning gives us a chance to avoid the main brunt. Two of us receive injuries. The dust clears. We re-enter the room and find our attacker wedged below a fallen chunk of stone. We approach the captain's brother. He gives it an unhinged laugh as blood trickles from the corner of his mouth. He raises his hand and with a final breath whispers, "You go to your doom." We take the ring from his hand. It will have to be enough to satisfy the captain. Of course, we'll report his brother was already dead when we arrived. No point in causing unnecessary problems. Hopefully this will put an end to the unpleasant business. All right, let's get them home. Is it possible to find the brother for the captain? No, because the place that the captain is at is the only place available to go to at the start of this mission. So he's at the first place, and you can only go to that place with your first expedition. That would be kind of interesting, though. So we will need to get more workers on that. We have to be careful, though, because we need enough water. 3 expeditioners left because of depression. Oh, come on. All right. Food is down. We definitely need more work on the food. We also need the water up, though. We have over 500. Can we get over 5? Oh, it's going to be 2 days, right? 2 days before the ship. It hasn't returned yet, so we do need to get food production today. So scrap is good. Pull 1 off that on farm. Gotta be careful though, the farm's gonna drain that water quickly. Okay, we got all the upgrades for the membrane now. We could do extra input on the farm. That might be a little bit dangerous because it's gonna pull more water. So what else would help us? We could switch over to the advanced farm if we have more power. We could also upgrade the water intake, so we need less workers pulling water. Both of those seem like things that we'll need in the long run. Yeah, let's go that route. Let's get the watermill upgrade. Trying to think of things that will help us when we get really low population. After we get more scrap, we might want to go ahead and put up towers to get contaminated water, even just to like store it to the side in case we need to have them drink it in order to maintain 500 for the next ship trip. Dust storm. Ugh. We lose a few hours of production, and citizens get unhappy. Not good. Not good at all. Oh crap, we gotta pass this. There we go. So have them apply that. It's only gonna take 3 hours, and then we'll get the one to get scrap. The scrap one is just calling us produce scrap during the day. It's like they just pick it up laying around. They don't actually have to go to a scrap pile. Okay, so we have 2 excess power. How much does the advanced farm take? Two per person at the farm. It starts out with 3 workers, and upgrade is 4. We already upgraded it though. So we'd probably want at least one more power thing before we switch over to the advanced farm. Okay. That's good. And let's get the water intake increased. Expedition's gonna be back soon too. Do we have extra housing for them? Yeah, we do. Looking all right now. Probably never say that, but yeah. Hey, we got the extra 2 hours. Keep your eyes peeled is done. Okay, we have another R spot one, but that's going to make people unhappy. We definitely don't want anyone leaving from depression. That's what we kept losing to. Food ratio, or just increase the amount it can process. I don't know if it, I don't know if it makes it so it produces more per water, but it makes it so you need less workers, and it's more, it produces more food. But as far as just like base efficiency, I'm not sure. We can check though. Systems will now be able to predict the duration of each choice in expedition. We don't really need those ones right now. We don't have another R one. Let's go ahead and research the depression one, just in case we suddenly have a big wave of depressed people. We can put them to work so they can at least produce their food and stuff, so maybe they don't have that spiral out of control situation. It's looking kind of hopeful at the moment, though, honestly. Mood is good. We have excess food for a change. We had excess water for a little bit. Oh, man. The expedition, literally right before it arrived, they're all, we're too depressed to go back into the home where everything's good. Let's just wander the wastelands. The Ark returns, and for once, Captain seems happy. So, same thing. Reach the Maritime Museum in order to find the ship parts. We did that one, yep. All right, so we need to make sure we have 500 water, 500 food. That sucks that that expedition completely abandoned. They were just like a couple hours out. So now it's going to be even tighter to get the 36. All right, we got the 500 water, over 500 food. Water intake is increased. Those don't seem like super mega ultra important. We need to see how much better the normal farm is, or the advanced farm. It converts 180 water into 264 food. This is 140 to 158. So yes, it is much better, actually. All right. We don't really have people getting scrap right now, huh? Careful with that water. It looks good though. It's good. Weather's back to normal. Also good. Now we need probably one more advanced water mill to be safe. We want to wait until we have 1100 scrap, I think. Yeah, you know what? It's more important we get this scrap done. Oh, they weren't. We're not using that one right now anyway. It's fine. All right, so we just used the 500 for the filter. So we got to that in time. So the water didn't stop. We have capped our food stock for the first time ever. Wow, look at that. Look at that. In that case, sure, we'll just knock this out. All right. Yeah, we're gonna be able to send 6 people again. Excellent, excellent. Here we are. Send them. All right, now let's double check what all we need running here. That food will actually last several days. We still want to have at least like maybe some people on that farm. Water distribution is good. Food distribution is good. Want to make sure we have that fully saturated as well. And we need the power back. We really can't afford to lose any colonists. Power people left, yeah. Man, this is gonna be tight. It's gonna be pretty tight. I was really hoping we got those expeditioners back, but this was not to be. It looks like they might have fixed this, because it's showing 2200 now. Correctly, I think. Whereas before it was showing like the full output. But maybe it wasn't due to the worker not being there last time either way, but okay. We're gonna have enough scrap for this next time. No. No. Filter needs ran again, so do not want to use this on anything. So ship will be back in 2 days. In the failing daylight, the ark returns and narrowly misses the rocks at the entrance of the bay. Oh, it comes back faster now because of that, which would have spelt disaster. The captain refuses to sail again until we light a fire in the old lighthouse at dusk and dawn. Have 750 scrap, 1800, so we can repair. Okay, okay. I thought it was going to make us go on an actual expedition. As expected, the captain's men finally arrive at our camp. We welcome them cordially, although some concerns is expressed at the sudden influx of mouths to feed. 12 new people. Okay. So back on water. Water's going to be a rough one with that. We have to make sure that we have enough scrap. We should have it, no problem. Now we really do need to get that advanced farm. Get that advanced farm going. Okay, water is all set up. Distribution is set up. We have some excess food right now, so maybe not put those guys on food quite yet. All right, we just used the 500 for that. We need 750 for the lighthouse. And then 600 for this. Okay. So shouting is heard from across the camp where two groups of citizens are arguing. Accusations are made about an attempted bribery onto the next voyage. The remaining citizens quickly separate the two groups, attempting to quell the situation. Tell both groups that their conspiracy theories are unfounded and prove it by electing several members from each group for the Ark, demonstrating that everyone has an equal chance. Grow up, children. Do you think any of us asked for this? We'll sell it by taking both groups off the list and choose those who have not been causing trouble. Perhaps from now on, they will act more rationally. I'm going to go with diplomacy. With fewer people in camp, confrontations become inevitable. In the evening food queue, there's an altercation between two citizens from different groups. A plate clatters to the floor, spilling the food. The victim claims he was pushed. The accused denies it. There are no impartial witnesses. This behavior will not stand and is a detriment to the entire camp, who are hungry and striving to accumulate supplies. Make the accused hand over his plate to the victim as a lesson to all. Assume it was an accident and make light of it. Gloss over that incident. We are all tired. Accidents happen. Replace the food and tell everyone to sit down and enjoy their meal. I think we should probably go with that one. They look stunned at first, then faces grow flushed. Both groups are suddenly united in their anger and turn upon the intermediary as well as on each other. What? Fists and feet lash out and some weapons are drawn. By the time it has been brought under control, several people are seriously injured and there has been some damage to the water supply. The main offenders are identified and later forcibly evicted from camp. How many? 2 people. All right, well, that sucks. Any other technology that we really need, or can we start using these people elsewhere? What a die, it seems. Yeah, I mean, we are in the process of getting everyone over there, and everything is fine and flowing at a good rate. 6 people are going every other day. We have food, we have water, and now they're breaking down more than ever. We could do medical speed at least. Let's do that one. Even if we don't like really commit hard into it, just leaving like 1 person there. Okay, I think everything is running. We got the 750 that we're gonna need for the lighthouse. Get prisoners and execute, yeah, like we were doing in RimWorld, yeah. That'll solve it. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to wait until after the lighthouse is repaired. And we have 500 extra, which we should, before I do the advanced farm. All right. Again, I think I'm just going to knock this one out in case we end up needing it at the end here. A citizen falls from the bridge whilst transporting scrap. His body is swept out to sea. There is a heated discussion which reveals that it is deceased to have been one of the men involved in the confrontation in the food hall. We're unable to ascertain the cause of the accident. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't spin down. Look at that. 200 extra scrap to repair the bridge. Losing another person. God, man. Come on. Come on. All right. The ship is here. Fix the lighthouse and get out. Increases happiness as well. Apparently one of those people were working there, so I'm working here. I'm working here. Let's put one there. Don't necessarily need that research, so make sure we're getting excess of the water. Farm is producing maybe not enough. We have some surplus for change, so looks okay. Will we win today? It's looking pretty good. We need to do 2 more voyages. 2 more voyages. All right, so that should allow us to do the advanced farm, which is much more efficient. We just gotta be careful that we're not running through water now. How many people did this serve today? Amount of water needed for each citizen, 40. Did in this building today. It only gave water to 4 people. Is that not counting the house? Ah, there we go. So that actually gave 10 people water in that house today, 7 in that one, and 7 in that one. That's pretty freaking good, actually. It's still going. That makes me think connecting this food distribution would help a crap load as well. We gotta be... Wait, what? It doesn't cost anything to do at all. There's just no reason not to do it. Wow, that would have helped out even more. I thought it was going to take us some stuff or some time. Another water pump, it seems. Just more workers on there, I think. But yeah, you're right. We are starting to run a little bit low. To really keep an eye on that farm. We can fit one more water spot. Even if it's just to like stockpile. It has occupants in it right now. I don't know if that'll make them unhappy or not. Let's wait till the daytime at least, maybe. On Calypso. Don't know how that functions, yeah. Let's see. Does the water collector advance take power? Hang on. It does take power. At the moment, with that few people on the farm, we have excess power, but not gonna be always the case, right? Be real careful spinning that scrap. We're getting kind of low, and as soon as we go under 500 and don't have enough for that filter, we're suddenly out of water. That is another research that we could do. No one on research right now. Advanced windmill. All right, boat's back. Let's turn the arc, collides with some submerged rocks. Terrible scraping sound echoes across the bay. Next to the land, it has a long crack running the length of its hull. We'll have to patch it up. Fear we are only prolonging its inevitable demise. We need 750 scrap by 1800 again. Crap. I just built that extra stuff too. This can wait. We will scrap the house too. And is this filter gonna go today? It might. Water's looking kind of sparse today. All right, scrap that crap house. 741 is not accurate. Cloudy. Okay, that shouldn't be a bad one. Two citizens argue about water. It's a short discussion, is quickly resolved, but afterwards the individuals return to their groups who chat among themselves. These are early signs of a serious problem. We need unity, not division. We've been through thick and thin together. Some of us have been here right from the start. The cracks are starting to show. If we don't smooth them over now, the whole thing might start to fall apart. -8 mood. Oh man, come on. We're gonna have to turn off the automatic filter. Okay. $494. It's 1100. Can we get enough in time? We have to use this filter because we need 500 water. It's so crazy. All right, so we need just a little bit more scrap. I think we'll get it. We'll get it just to be a little bit more certain though. Let's pull the person off of the food distribution. All right, we're good unless there's an event that pops up. We're actually pulling more salt water than we're converting now as well because of how efficient this is. So we'll put 2 people back over on the farm. Quite the balancing act, this one. This mission's been brutal. Looking good though, looking good. I was worried about not having enough scrap. We're gonna have plenty. All right, repair the boat and set sail. Only one more boat trip. One more trip. All right. So we have so much food. Let's make sure we have a doctor in case anyone gets hurt. We have to keep people on scrap just in case. There's another event. And for the filters, we'll put someone on food distribution so that those get to the houses. All right. Yeah, I just pulled them out of there just to make sure we got the scrap in time. I was a little worried, so I just pulled them out of there. Those extra work hours putting in some work, unintended. The camp is noticeably quieter. There's a menacing atmosphere just below the surface, masked in subtle gestures or glares. Work is disrupted when a fresh corpse with a caved-in skull is discovered behind the lighthouse. Known rivals of the man are brought into question. The small group are angry but do not deny responsibility. They work with half rations, knowing that soon they will be away from this place. Friends of the deceased want vengeance. Expel the rivals from camp if culprit is not outed. No matter how tight-knit the group has become, nobody wants to be exiled. The murderer is identified and banished from the camp with no supplies. Man, I don't know which one of these is going to lead to the worst one. They murdered someone though, right? Like, just being like, oh, you can't eat as much because you murdered someone doesn't seem like the way to go. And I'm going to choose this one. I might regret it, though. A string of unpleasant events and difficult decisions have resulted in a sour mood in camp. We've all had enough. Many workers perform a slowdown strike. Some citizens seem to have even stopped caring at this point. Oh, come on. We're right here at the end. What was your job? What was your job? Ah, it's fine. Like to punishing everybody until they out the murderer. Yeah. I guess it doesn't really tell us what they would do with the murderer afterwards, but collective punishment never works. And we have so much food now. So much food. Nice problem to have. Probably enough food all the way to the end. All right, let's see what happens on this final day. Maybe final day. The ship is back. It's taking on a lot of water. The crack in the hull is noticeably wider. We bail out the water and do our best to repair it. We glumly acknowledge that the next journey must be our last. We must get our affairs in order for the one last push. There's a chance that that's going to take a lot more scrap. And we have just... Oh, there's another pile. I just saw it. Forgot that one was there. Dot the I's, cross the T's. This is it, but are we ready? The Ark is holding together almost as precariously as we are. It's time to call back all expeditions and gather our supplies. Every day we delay, tension will rise. But once we leave, there will be no coming back. All right. Water is good. That scrap pile's gone. We almost went through all the scrap on this map. Look at that food number, though. And clean water? They're living it up. Delay until tomorrow. No, let's go. Oh, GG. That went really well.
As the Ark bears the last of us away, our camp is lost behind the headland. Daring to believe we've made it, we let our shoulders sag. Hesitant, wary smiles begin to emerge as we look not behind, but ahead to the horizon. We do not know if this is the end of our tale, or simply the start of a new chapter. But one thing is for certain. Arcadia waits, and we are anxious to arrive.
Greater value, Sam Elliott. Boy, that was a rough one. But after I realized that was a graphical bug, really only 51%. That's kind of surprising. I thought it went really well. All this, for the most part, are from the expeditions. But all right, that just says the same thing as he said. It only took us 9 days. Man, we didn't miss a ship, right? We didn't delay a single ship. So very nice. Look at all that food. Look at all that food. Only got 2 points of tension. So yeah, now that I was playing off not with accurate information of how much food was actually coming in when we put things to the farm, it felt a lot better. Obviously, some of the other trial and error helped out a lot, but I think we would have won yesterday if I had known that that graphical bug was going on. Because I would look at it and I'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna get 4,700 food coming in. We're good. And I wouldn't worry about like scrambling to get more things done with the farm. And then we get like 300 food. It's like, what the crap? But yeah. Anyway, GG. The final chapter of part 1. There is a part 2 as well. I'll look at it. I'm not sure I'm gonna start it today or not. Let's take a look at it.